All right, welcome back to the front office. So let's start off by talking about last week's deep dive where we talked about Kansas City, San Francisco, which, we picked it for being an interesting game.
By the way, welcome back for your bye week, Peter
Peter.
Clune.
Peter.
He took a bye week 5. It was refreshing. How do you feel about having a bye week this early in the season?
You know what? I think it's not the best.
No?
No. You'd rather say
Well, it's a little unstructured, you know?
No.
You have an idea of what you need to do,
Yeah.
but you don't know. I wasted most of my time.
We're glad to have him back. Anyway, Mark.
What were we talking about?
Kansas City, San Francisco.
And some other team.
Was our pick for the week. It ended up not being too exciting of a game, but so looking back, I seem to remember the only one who picked the correct winner was the 49er fan over here on the your left, all right.
Ron Reingold went 5 for 5.
He went 5 for 5 on his his prediction.
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah, but
You definitely didn't get it right.
yeah, he didn't. But this was by far a lackluster game, and I will say that the MVP of the game for me was Phil Dawson.
I mean, how
many field goals did he put up? I mean, did he set a record?
Yeah, right.
There's a couple over 50, and then outstanding MVP Phil Dawson. Love you. Thank God for you, because we wouldn't have won that game without you.
Well, I think the other thing is we talked about on the show last week what San Francisco had to do to win that game. And I think they went and did that absolutely. They got back to the ground game, which you're happy to see start coming around in week 4.
Oh my God, Frank Gore killed it. I loved it.
Frank Gore had over 100 yards
down the field all day.
Absolutely, he absolutely killed it. They were able to get that running game going, rush for over 150 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have to throw the ball too much, but they had a couple guys make plays when they needed.
Yep.
Brandon Lloyd, amazing catch down the left sideline, huge gain, set them up.
Yeah.
I don't think they could have done that without getting that run game started.
Yeah,
I'm surprised to see them do that well against KC though.
The thing is well, in KC, even though they let the running game go, they didn't let much get by in the passing game. There wasn't a whole lot going on there, and they didn't let Kaepernick do a whole lot there. They kept him pretty well contained. So, but yeah, it was kind of a surprise. But the other thing is that I look at is even with as much offense and running as the San Francisco 49ers did, they only came up with 22 points. I mean, they were still putting up field goals. So that means we went down and got either in the red zone or close to the red zone, and they held us out of getting a touchdown. So, got to give Kansas City's defense props for that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I'm a little disappointed in Kansas City, actually. I predicted them to win this game, and I think it was a very winnable game for them, as evidenced by the fact it was only a 5-point margin. But I was really disappointed to see them not utilize Travis Kelce. And that's not only because I'm a fantasy owner.
They both got him on their fantasy teams, guys. I just want you to know, I watched the game with the two of them, and all game, Travis Kelce, why aren't you throwing it to Travis Kelce? Travis Kelce!
But Let me finish. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish. Travis Kelce's one of the best tight ends of all time.
He is.
No, on a real note, he only had 2 catches.
Yeah.
One was on their first touchdown drive. They spread him out wide with 3 tight ends split out wide. Great screenplay to him. But then there was seemingly nothing set up to target him the rest of the game. He was barely on the field for half the snaps.
A short third down pass, sort of poorly thrown, underthrown.
Right.
Not doing anything to get him actively involved in the game.
Yeah. Yes.
When he's
Shocking.
definitely one of their best, most athletic receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Leading the league in yards after catch, so like 9 point something.
Right.
I mean, just able to make plays after he gets the ball.
Yeah.
And it's something that they really need to institute in their game because they're not getting it from anywhere else.
No, yeah, and I think I saw that they targeted Anthony Fasano something like 8 times, and to me that's just completely backwards. I guess you were respecting San Francisco's ability to game plan for Kelce and not letting them take that away from you and just forcing it. But to me, it was open. I saw it many a time where he was open and they were going other places with the ball. I wasn't super excited about that game plan going in, and I think they kind of let that get away. Very winnable game.
So Kansas City needs to watch the front office and take notes and use Travis Kelce.
Totally. And I think,
and if he was available in my league, I'd pick him up too. He's not.
And for me, one of the big takeaways is just sort of I continue to be completely baffled by what it takes to be a kicker in the NFL. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, you had Dawson killing it, and you watched that Detroit game, and it's just Alex Henry. Like, what's going on? Doesn't make any sense. Anyways, going from the battle of kickers to a battle in the trenches, these two gentlemen happen to be fans of San Francisco, as we all know. And then the best, greatest, most enjoyable show ever on turf, St. Louis Rams. Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and just put this here for a minute. Just go ahead.
Yeah.
Looks good on you. Red's your color, Pete.
Thank you.
Oh.
So let's get into it. Your
Chugging
two
contest.
teams are
Whoa,
playing
hold
this
on a
week.
second. Hold on a second. We have to have our other.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
All right. You got it.
My
Yours
boss.
was only half full though.
Jordan, I think we'll give you first word this time. Why did the 49ers suck balls?
The 49ers suck balls for a number of reasons. Number one, they put their faith in Colin Kaepernick, an absolute shame to the quarterback position. Can't throw the ball. Can't even keep himself from getting a sack with the best offensive line in the league, arguably. Total piece of shit. They gave up on Alex Smith for this hack. And now you're telling me that they're going to come into my house? They're going to come into my house and beat my Rams? I don't
That's
think so.
exactly what's going to
I don't
happen.
think so.
Even if Colin Kaepernick is a piece of shit quarterback, which you know I agree, he's still
Apology
100 times the
Point
quarterback
is-
any Rams quarterback is, as we have seen. What? Please, I seem to remember listening to you watch the Rams play and just shitting all over your own quarterback because you know how shitty your quarterback situation is. I hate Colin Kaepernick, but he is still gonna stomp the Rams.
That was before
Before.
the revival of the Rams season with
Okay.
Austin Davis, who threw for
Okay.
375 yards last week and 3 touchdowns and 0 interceptions, almost led the biggest comeback in NFL history. You,
Wait,
my friend, are in for-
almost, which only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man, I'm sorry,
Trent
but-
would have something to say about the almost. Oh, it was like
Trent
Austin Davis is probably the single greatest story in football this year.
Agreed.
Good quarterback
Walk on,
story.
undrafted, coming out.
Whoa. I don't know. Teddy Bridgewater.
Only-
Teddy Bridgewater.
No,
That's all I'm
no,
saying.
no.
Bridgewater's got
Whatever.
Bridgewater's got pedigree. Austin Davis, this dude comes from nowhere. There is nobody out there who is more stoked.
What's the
To be
Rams
doing what
record?
he's
What's the
doing.
Rams record
You know
right
what?
now? Who just beat the Rams recently? Let's see. We had the Eagles beat them. Oh well, that's my number 5 pick, so that's great.
Okay.
Who else has beaten
Get to the
Rams?
point, Mark.
Pretty much everybody they've played has beaten them.
You know
So-
what? San Francisco
San Francisco
is so dysfunctional. They don't even want their own winning head
What was
coach
this?
there. They can't even
Whoa,
fucking play
that's
on the
all
same team
hearsay.
anymore.
That's all bullshit.
I
We
wouldn't
all
be
know
surprised
that's just
if
a story
Harbaugh's
because
gone
you know
by
what?
mid-season.
It's just like the whole New England Patriots situation. They talk shit on Tom Brady. What does he come out and do? Beats the best team in the league right now. That's all this Harbaugh thing is. They're just trying to amp up the game so we can come in and stomp your goofy faces. That's
you
all
really
it is,
think
brother.
you can beat
That's
us at
all
home?
it is. I know we can beat you at home.
I'm sorry,
It's
what's
gonna happen, bro.
I'm sorry. I think the only reasonable thing to do is place some sort of bet. On
Woo!
this.
What do I got here? What do I got, man?
If the Rams win, you have to wear my jersey on the show next week.
Deal. You got the. That's the deal.
Shake out.
Right there. Done.
You heard right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Here it is.
We're holding to it. Next up, we have the front office waiver wire pickup, 100% guaranteed. Win your league in 1 week. Next week, right after this.
Yeah, there's my balls right here for you.
I don't want it.
Peter's in the zone here now.
I need that. That's
Here, take your jersey.
You clown.